In the Hadestown Proshot, red is the color of life. We see it in the ensemble at the beginning of Act 1. They all have red within their color scheme. But while the ensemble still wears red tones and browns in Hadestown, there is no piece of clothing on them that is that red that we see before. Once the ensemble is dead, they're no longer alive and lose their red. Then there is Orpheus's red bandana around his throat, which both represents the labor movement in the 1920s and also how his voice can bring life into the world, which is represented by a red flower. And even Eurydice, when she is alive, has red on the lining of her coat. And if we remember, she not only dies hungry, but in the cold, the fates stripping that red-lined coat from her body. And other than Persephone, all of the gods wear this silver tone, which is stark against the warmer tones of the mortals, almost placing them separate from life, except the back of his vest, and you just gotta trust me on it, I don't have an image of it, is red. Almost as if he's turned his back on life, and that metaphor is a little on the nose, but it's there. Now, Persephone empathizes the most with the mortals, and thus does not wear that silver tone. She wears green to represent summer and spring, but she also has glimpses of red on her bag and the feathers in her hair that look like flowers, which she doesn't have in her black costume. In her bag, she brings gifts of alcohol. She celebrates life and mortality as she is able to be on the surface away from death and her husband. And then the red in her hair looks like a flower, but are feathers. She is mimicking her purpose of bringing spring right now, while being a bird trapped in a cage. Eurydice also has a feather in her hair, and she serves the same narrative function. They're parallels. And this is even more apparent when Orpheus sings to Hades, and the flower appears, and Hades immediately gives it to Persephone in a gesture that ultimately means that he is going to allow her to fill her purpose. He is going to let her bring spring and go to the surface. He is going to let her have life. And then she puts the flower on his heart because he's let a little bit of light inside of it. Of course, in the end, it's doomed. And Eurydice will never have red again.